Wait for it. I'm so helpful.
Yeah, but just grab my spacesuit. They'll fucking jump on the hover bike and catch up with you in about 3 lifetimes.
Wait, what's that room at the very bottom? Oh, that was the raid, right? This thing down here.
The thing down where?
Very
Oh,
bottom.
yeah. Yeah, that was for. Oh, that was the compound
Mm-hmm.
where a whole bunch of people died.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. As usual.
I did not do a terribly bad job on this ship.
Oh, it looks good.
Could done better, but it works.
Oh, where's your portfolio? Can you show us something you've done?
All right. Give me a second. See if
If
I
it's a-
still got the files.
If it's a stick figure, I'm fucking banning you from Discord.
Hey, would it be all right for would you be willing to make this change, Busty? This room back here, this wall on the second floor. Do you think we could knock that down and try to convert that into a tech room?
What wall are you talking about?
This wall right here on the second floor of the ship.
Oh, do you want to combine that bedroom and that spare room?
Yeah. Have all this bullshit, these two bullshit rooms right here merged into one.
No.
Denied.
Oh,
I love you, but no. That's good enough for me. That's good. I mean, I'll add on, but I don't know about like switching shit over and editing stuff because all in all, after I finished doing the ship, I had to converge it all into one single layer. So, yeah, if I was to go and edit stuff, it would be a lot of extra work for me. So I mean, while I could, it's just a little bit too much work to ask for. I'm
No,
sorry.
I get it.
What programs did you use?
I just use a freebie thing. It's called Metabang.
Oh.
It's for drawing like mangas and stuff like that, but
Yep.
I find it pretty useful.
Son of a bitch. Where did all that stuff go? I used to have maps that I did for a D&D game years and years ago.
But yeah, like I said, I'll add on to the ship, but I don't know about editing. So if you end up like buying like a upgrade for or like a room or whatever, some shit, I can at least accommodate that. I really like that spike drive. How I made it look like kind of reminds me of like a Rick and Morty portal.
No, I do like the ambient light you managed to cast on that layer though.
Here's your one.
Or you're banned. You're banned. Get out of here.
Why?
No, I'm just kidding. No, when?
Why?
How long ago did you do that?
That was in 2012.
12? Nice. That's not bad, dude. Blender?
3ds Max.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Christ.
Respectable.
Yeah, that was
calling me.
done 2 weeks after I had gotten the program.
Gotcha. Raven.
Yeah.
Number one, how you doing?
I'm here.
Yeah.
It's been kind of a crazy week, but not the worst, not the best. You know, kind of in the middle.
Number two. I'm understanding that we're in Spike Space now?
Yeah, you guys have had one jump. Let me switch them out.
I have a small teeny weeny question to ask. Did Lexi's hover bike get delivered to the ship before we left?
It did.
Darn.
You have a hover bike in the back. It's been.
Do you have an asset for it, or should I?
I don't currently.
All right.
I
I'll give you something. Hold on.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna. So just to catch everybody up, you guys went to Spike Space. Because Saber wasn't here, I went ahead and I did like the most I could without clearing a 10 for the check. So you guys are jumping 2 hexes, and I just left it at 6 days to make it easy. So I just updated all that stuff. You guys are on the way to Blue Heaven in the system. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. My brain, dude. It's been a week, to be fair.
I'll trade you.
No. In the probe system. That's it. So 0303 is where you guys are headed.
All right. There's a quick one for you.
All right.
Might have to resize her, but she's should be good.
All right. Let me just save that.
And I do have a bunch of other junk for you as well that
Yeah, I
that's gonna
remember.
touch
I
up.
just had to go and. Okay, yeah. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. I just remember I had to go and cut it all out, and I just never.
No, yeah, no.
Never had time.
I will take care of all that for you. Yeah, no worries.
I appreciate it. My weeks have gotten stupid crazy lately.
Yeah, I've been really
So
busy.
your hover
But
bike is up there.
next week should be good. Kids are going to school, so fuck
Nice.
yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Well, my
right,
kids
hover
are going.
bikes in the back.
I'm
Hell
so
yeah.
glad I don't have kids. I killed the little bastards.
Other than that, we have okay, so what has happened in the meantime? I'd actually like Jace and Oswald to outline what has happened in Spike Space, but before that, you guys basically just got the last bits of stuff taken care of on the station, and once it was up and running, once the ship was up and running and all, you guys took off and headed on out. You guys have had a few days in Spike Space, and Jace and Oswald ran into some stuff, which I think will be better coming from the two of them. And I will fill in any gaps. Either one of you can take it.
Well, to start off, as we hit Spike Space, Oz went to Jace, basically saying, "Hey, you want to help me with making myself part robot?" And she went, "Cool." So that took a few days and was very painful. Aside from that, we played with the magic ball and found out that it appears to emit. I forget the fucking name I had
Prone
for it,
particles.
but it was Crone particles, which is indicative of a process similar to that used in the spike drive, which is interesting. I put my DNA in the thing, and it
lit up a name.
A second name, yeah.
So we have a blue name and a red name now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was told to put it away while we're inside Spike Space.
Yes, you were. All right. I think I got this. Let's go.
What coordinates did you say we were going to?
0303. That's where everybody kind of decided to go. That's where you're dropping off Oswald and all that stuff. So you guys are at 0205, which is where you'll drop to do your second jump. That's yeah, creepy as shit. All right. At this point, Saber, to get you updated, your charts, your rudder is less than a year old, but it is not less than a month old now. So there's no -2 for that, unfortunately. And you are jumping full hexes. So you kind of have a base difficulty, or 2 full hexes. So you have a base difficulty of 7 unless you shorten the jump. Or base difficulty of 8. And then you can add on whatever else you want.
Go lay down.
I think you can still trim the course with that. So.
Yeah, I think it's only +2.
Yep. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure, and we were kind of doing it quickly earlier, so whatever. We're good. So if there's anything anybody else wanted to do in the meantime, that's fair. I don't know if Jason Oswald would point out the happy fun time ball. We have one too now, as it turns out.
I know Jace wanted to collect DNA from everyone else on the ship in case that became important, so might notice that. Might.
Because that's not creepy at all.
Right.
Well, there's only a handful of people I actually do need to do that, because everyone who's been in my lab, I've gotten samples from.
All right. And the 2 names that you have out of the 3 little spots are, I think I wrote them down actually. I don't remember if I did. Double checking. Yeah. There you go. Here are the 2 names you have so far.
I have Antioch and Anolim. I forget. I don't remember how they're pronounced, but I copied them. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And the first one, that top one there, Elnatok, is the blue, and then this Anolim is red. Light.
Yeah.
So you're kind of getting like a purple glow anytime you open that thing up.
Okay, I don't need more samples. Purple's fine.
Lexi's going to very inappropriately start driving her hover bike up and down the halls.
I mean, does it fit? I don't know.
Oh, please roll. I want to see you bounce off the walls.
Oh, fuck.
All right, let's see. Yeah,
Oh,
don't
no.
fit.
I'm just imagining hearing the engine revving and then just this metal scraping.
What even
All the
make
way
it past
along.
the doorway?
Bunch of Russian swearing and loud banging noises.
Well, either way,
She's still ride around in the cargo area. Just for
yeah,
fun.
that's fine. That's fine.
She's drinking, of course, though.
Of course.
I'd be surprised if she wasn't.
Don't happen often. Anyway, meanwhile, you guys, if there's something you guys want to have done in that first bit of first jump, that's fine. If not, we can go to when you guys drop.
I'm gonna continue working on that.
Yep, and I think
Easy
I gave
hack
you
button.
the easy hack button. Okay, that's gonna be a. All right, that works. We'll do a check at the end of the second jump for that. Anybody else?
Lexi's going to recharge. She's got one Type A cell that needs recharging, so she'll bring it to the whatever station and do that.
Okay. Easy enough to do. All right. In that case, you guys drop into the next system. It is pretty much completely I mean, there's not much there, to be honest. You do see a few other ships. They're all part of the trade route, as this is a pretty well-traveled trade route. So you actually get a bonus for that, if I remember right. Maybe not. I don't know. But regardless, it's easy enough to hang out for your your half an hour to an hour. You see ships blinking in and blinking out as they continue on their way. Nothing too crazy, but you're able to jump back into spike space. But I do need 2d12, one from I need two people to roll me a d12.
Me. Nice.
All right. Okay. All right. And how are you going about this? Tex.
You said it's 8 base difficulty now?
Basically, basically with the rudder less than a year old and you jumping 2 hexes at a time, it's you don't get any extra for the rudder.
Right.
And then with a 2 hex jump, it's +1. So you're at 8. So if you want to add on,
yeah, I'll trim the course. That's
anything
just a +2.
Okay.
Which makes it 10.
And that gives you your base 10.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So you guys go ahead and jump. Let's see here. Do some math. All right. So what are you guys did Oswald and Jace want to do something while you were out of Spike Space in that time? I know that was something you were talking about. Experiments when you weren't in Spike Space.
Right. That was specifically with the ball, because
right
seems appropriate. But as we're just trotting along. Maybe throwing a third set of DNA in might be a decent idea, or at least a, next logical step.
Okay.
We need a volunteer, but
yeah, that's something for all of you to decide. And while both of you are touching it, between Oswald and Jace, that third tray does open. Only while the two of you are each touching it.
neat.
So, I guess that's up to the rest of the crew and what you want to talk to them about.
In the first part, I'm just going to go into the cockpit up to Tex and say, "Hey, Captain, would you be interested in linking your DNA to an ancient, likely, potentially, very powerful artifact of some sort?"
That sounds like it could be dangerous.
Well, I've already done it, and so does Jace. So you'll have at least two of us, whoever would text us. I think it.
Feel any different? Anything?
No, not particularly. Well, my wrist still hurts from that. He shakes his sort of hand a bit, and you can see these weird, like, metal wires that are going up his fingertip, like his palm, and then over his fingers. But otherwise, doing all right.
All right. Yeah, fuck it. How many times do you get to touch strange alien technology?
Well, it depends on how good you are at finding it and how bad you are at handling it. But for now, this way, and I'll take you into the infirmary. There we go. Easy done.
Okay. All right, so we'll say this is when you're out of spike space before you're making the jump. You kind of have it computed. You are waiting for the cooldown period.
Sure.
Okay. So you come down to the infirmary where you see Jace with this little metal ball with these sort of like, it's got a hinge on the back. And so it's hinged open, and inside there's a smaller sphere. And you can see this line of 3 dots. 2 of them are glowing. 1 blue, 1 red. And a third dot is there. And as Oswald sort of walks up to it and places and touches it, a little tray opens up next to the third dot that is not glowing.
Okay. Do I just need to do a thumbprint, or what's the deal with that?
No, not quite. We need your DNA.
Oh, I thought you just said you had to just touch it.
Well, you had to touch it to activate it, but you need the DNA to be registered into the machine for it to recognize you as. It's complicated.
Blood for the blood god.
Yeah. Oh man. Wait, any DNA, or does it have to be blood? Could just spit in the thing.
We haven't tried otherwise. Jace, if you'd be willing to let the attempt go through, I don't think it'll do anything bad if it rejects him, and if it does, well, we're already in the infirmary.
You guys did.
Good old southern spit guy.
You want to?
Oh jeez.
Okay, go ahead and spit.
You guys both did blood and nothing bad happened?
No.
Yeah, we're fine.
All right, fine. I'll take out my fucking Bowie knife that I don't think I've ever drawn yet in this fucking game and just prick my finger.
I can actually just poke you with a needle. It doesn't actually.
Ah, god damn it! Too late. Fuck it.
You gotta. I mean, it's a Bowie knife, so even with just the tip, it's still gonna be a pretty sizable little divot.
It's fine. I got the doctor
it starts dripping out. You sort of put your finger over the tray, trying to line it up. A little bit gets on the side, but it's okay. You get a pretty decent sized drop of blood in there, and the tray slides closed. And you see you hear. Well, first off, you see the tray slide closed, and the light begin to slowly glow a green color, higher in intensity, and a name appears next to it. Mintaka. I will write that down for you. if I can fucking copy it. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I have a feeling once you complete that, you're just gonna get smote by every single like Jamaican god that name comes out of. From I swear it sounds like something.
Actually, it's Aztec, and
Oh, is it?
and I believe he also got it out of Battlestar Galactica.
Nice.
So,
Nerd.
as that happens, do you place your hand on the?
Sure. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay. As that happens, all of your vision, you start to see through the walls of the ship, and these strange little. It's almost like an overlay as you begin to see these thin little channels. I guess you could say they almost look like vines. Or more correctly, if you've ever like dug in the earth and found like mycelium, like the networks, the white networks between fungi. That's kind of what it looks like. They're everywhere, and you notice that you're on the ship, like you're passing through a pretty large one, about a foot to 2 feet around, is sort of swaying through the ship. And as you're moving relatively quickly. So they're sort of whizzing by you, but with the ship out of the way, or being able to kind of vaguely see through it, see into this sort of stranger area, you can see towards where the center of this, I guess, system would be, this hex, as Tex would know, there's a big mass of these sort of almost tangled together, and then there are all of these little threads everywhere else. At the same time, you also hear the sounds of spike space, slow, almost as an echo in your head. At that point, the ball in the center in your hands begins to click as each of the as the sort of line of dots that you were at click over, one after another, and then it continues down into a 5-dot pattern with your 3 still lit up, just moved. And as that happens, the individual tendrils, you can see, like I said, you're following one that seems to almost correlate with where you've been and where you're going to. There's one that was tangled at the center of this big mass that you can somehow see, even though you shouldn't be able to see. It slowly begins pulsing. Blue, red, green. But it goes in a different direction. The last thing you notice is that there are almost, instead of just what look like these static, almost tubes or vines, the ball itself, and you can even see behind you, the spike drive has these tendrils that reach out and almost grasp onto these vines, in this sort of altered view of space. And as perhaps you sort of let go, this sort of view disappears.
Yeah, I'll take my hand off and say, right, useful, terrifying, both, but mostly useful.
Okay, who's the next guinea pig?
Hold on. We don't know if this next set of lights will do anything different, and at this point, I'm fine with having a spike tracker on our ship. Is there any difference in like the thickness of the vines that we were passing through, or any?
Yep.
Okay, so
some of them are very, very thick, and some of them are. You almost have like this super thin, like you have like a single thick one between 1 and probably 6 feet across, and then you have much smaller ones. Some almost like just a millimeter, like a thread,
right.
here and there.
Deterioration with time, most likely. Then
You're not entirely sure, but it almost looks like structural in a way. Almost like it's or just less used, or you don't know. I mean, you seem to be traveling along a path that a lot of other people travel along.
Fair
That's
enough.
one thing you can tell.
All right then.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just tripping balls at that. I can see Spike Space.
Then you're not seeing Spike space, just seeing the remnants of Spike travel through the. Anyways,
Well, we're seeing the pathways.
yeah. Well, that's new. I would recommend keeping that hidden because I can imagine a lot of people would be very interested in learning of a device that can show you where ships are traveling before they get there from, light years away. But that's just my advice.
Could it have been a map and not a detector?
It could have been a map, but I don't know where it was leading. That said, if there are any routes people have taken maybe off of the stellar cluster sort of boundaries, then they made a return ship. It should.
Well, remember, this was all supposedly wrapped around the name Orion.
Which means you think it might be able to map out Orion, wherever that is. It's possible.
Okay, who's the next sample? Should I put Cap's sample in there?
Something tells me that putting a psychic in here might not be the best idea, but I'm not opposed.
All right, well, I'm gonna go trip out in the bridge now. Bye. He just fucking walks out.
All right. One of the things though that you do recognize, it's a lot easier once you take your hands off of it. Mind you, once any one of you takes your hand off of the ball, that whole view disappears. It appears you all need to be touching it to do that.
Oh, okay.
However, there, Tex, as you sort of head back to the bridge, a little staggery, just a little out of it, for lack of a better way to put it.
Because of that huge
as you get up to the bridge, you notice something. Well, you can't see through walls or see an overlay or whatever the fuck it was. That slowly pulsing red, green, blue path that you saw, or at least direction along one of these quote unquote vines. It's slowly fading from your eyesight, but over the next 5 minutes, but you can still see sort of like almost like a pulse down a light rail, of those same colors until they fully dissipate after about 5 minutes, and you no longer have that sort of weird shit going on in your head.
All
right. Does anybody go? So you guys are going to find Narisha?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what you think could be decent. Then yeah, I'll see where she's at, wherever she is.
I have her sample from when she was in surgery here.
Let's just get her consent first.
Okay.
That's what the Jace has never done.
So the two. I'm guessing, Jace, you impatiently sort of rush off to find Narisha to get her consent so that you can do this thing. It only takes you probably a minute or two to find her. Okay.
I'm calming.
Yes.
I said. Ring, ring.
Yes. What do you need?
Hey, I have this cool little toy that I want to put your blood sample into. Is that okay?
Is it gonna do anything to me? I mean, I'm not
To you?
connected.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not to you. No, nope, nope.
Possibly. I say if I'm just anywhere near.
Ah, shush. No, it's fine. You're in another part of the room.
Yeah, sure. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you know what? We might need her to turn it to open up that compartment, though. Wouldn't
That's another thing that I was going to point out, but you seem fairly gung-ho about this.
Ah, Cap, come to the lab, please. Bye.
All right, I'll be down. Okay, I'm here.
I just shove it into her hand.
The ball, nothing happens. Actually, everything locks back up.
Okay, and so it's in her hand. Now I'll touch it while it's in her hand.
Yep, the ball opens up, and then the second tray opens.
Ooh, number 2. Okay, let me go get the sample. Hold on.
That's the one that Oswald's stuff is in.
Yeah, I want to see what changes the color. Okay, so I'll get the sample and I'll put a little drop of it in that tray to see if it changes color.
Oh boy, we're crossing extremes.
As that happens, you see the drop sort of fall, and the sample that was in there actually disappears. You're not sure how, not sure why, but now the new sample is there instead.
Did anything else
Same
change?
color, same word.
Okay.
But now the third one opens up again.
Okay. Oz.
Because both of you are talking, or holding it, rather.
Oz, come touch.
I'm not part of it anymore. You kicked me out. You'll need to get Tex in if you want the fourth one, and then all of us are going to have to hold it if you want the fifth one. I'm just going to shout out, Tex, the ball's being weird, and down the hallway.
Okay.
Who's playing with their balls?
Me.
How long is our cooldown for spike jump? Half an hour?
Yeah, I think we said between a half an hour and an hour.
Okay, yeah,
somewhere in that range.
I'll wander back then.
All right. Okay.
What the hell are you doing with balls back here? What?
Well, the thing needs your DNA now to open it, which we can.
I already gave it DNA.
Yes, but you're registered as a user now, and you need to open it for us to get more people in. It's weird. Don't question it too much. But
Is
basically,
the sample still in it, or do I just need to touch it?
It's still in it.
Yeah, you see the rather large amount of blood
Okay.
comparatively to everybody else.
Yep.
is
Yep.
still in
I'll
there.
touch it then. Whatever.
Okay.
Let it be known I gave the most for the cause.
The tray closes and the fourth one opens.
Jace, put me back in.
Okay. Just take another sample. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
All right. This one lights up sort of an orangish color, closes up, and the fifth one and the final one on this list or on this grouping opens.
Was there a new name or?
There is. Let me get it. Sorry. Brain. It will be. Where'd it go? That is the new name, Scythe.
All right, I'll put my hand on and See what happens.
The 5th position opens up.
Well,
and you are all under the effects of that same view once again.
oh, hey.
Except something weird happens. You're right. Cap, this is the first time you've seen it. All these sort of interconnected, varying diameter sort of tendrils. Everybody but Cap sees this because it's on the back of Cap's head. There is what looks like a bundle of tendrils coming from the back of Cap's head, stretching out and connecting up, very much like the spike drives, or these things that emit Crone particles, and are touching sort of the tendrils around her.
Ooh, pretty.
Camp, you got something kind of. I just point to the back of my head with the
There's
other
a
hand.
giant spider on the back of your head.
What are you talking
More
about?
of an
I'm,
octopus,
standing
honestly.
around trying to see.
You catch a
can't.
glimpse of these like tendrils that might be there for a second, but then disappear behind you. Nothing that looks like a spider. Just it's kind of hard to tell if it's because you're moving through all of these other sort of vine-like things, and it's hard to tell if it's, just one of those whipping by or what.
Wait,
Hold on,
I got
Captain.
an idea.
Speak telepathically to Jace.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what I was gonna say. Do that.
All right. Hey, Jace.
Okay. As you connect to Jace's mind, one of those tendrils reaches up to one of the other sort of one of these vines and travels through it until it gets to Jace and then reaches back down and connects up and into Jace's head.
Ooh.
What color is it?
Most of these are sort of a ghostly off-white. The colors seem to be seem less to do with the actual. I'm just gonna use the word vines for lack of a better way to, just so I have a single term to refer to, but less to do with the vines themselves, and the colors seem to be coming from the ball, but there's no distinct color exactly to this.
Captain, you touch me with your tentacle.
And you actually see this, Narisha, this time. You don't see the tendril coming from you, but you do see one reach out from one of the vines and sort of connect up to about where the occipital lobe would be for Jace.
So, Doc, what do you think that is?
It's a fun toy.
Can you touch it?
Sure. I'm assuming my hand goes through it.
Oh yeah, straight through. You don't notice any. There's no tactile feedback whatsoever.
Can I feel it, like, mentally?
No. Doesn't seem to have any effect that way.
Do you feel it when I do this? And I'm trying to stroke it.
No, don't feel anything at all.
Oh, we could have fun with that. Is it a hologram?
It's likely it's either some sort of overlay projection or more probably, I would guess, it is actively tying our perception to the remnants of Spike Space, which is capable of doing with whatever the hell is going on inside this thing. It's interesting, but
So my next question is: is Spike Space affected by mental capabilities?
historically, yes, but
Or
these
just
days,
travels through spike space.
yeah.
Anybody, I think it's just Jace that is proficient with the heal, or I suppose it would be this reference, as in has a +0 or higher in heal or any psychic ability, or perhaps no.
I'm
three
at
things.
0 on no and +2 on heal.
Okay,
but
you can make
no
a heal
psychic.
check.
Okay.
with intelligence. It'll be whatever that check is with intelligence. So evil, that would be your. It could just be your telepathy ability, because you've had to go through this, so you'd be somewhat familiar. And if anybody else has no, it's no and intelligence.
Would my Starfarer get me anything for this, just to better understand spike space in general?
Let me look really quick. I need to remember what Starfarer exactly
So,
refers to.
wait, I don't know if I can share it or not. Hey, there it goes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Basically, it's just I have a better understanding of spike space and doing drills. But I like not necessarily about like the psychic stuff, just like in general, what we're seeing. If I could be able to better understand that.
I'll let you make just a no with intelligence for that. You'll get a little bit different information than what these two are looking for, but yeah.
Hey.
Okay. So, all right. You've spent. We'll start with you, Tex, because you kind of know both the littlest and not the direct info, but you know that having spent so much time in Spike Space and getting pretty good at, going through, that it's always unsettling, obviously. But you have had in the past, when you were hauling people, we'll say in a previous life, once in a while, some people have adverse reactions to Spike Space, as in pretty significant, potentially mental trauma to Spike Space, especially if they're left outside for some reason, or look out the window for too long, or anything like that. It can be disconcerting, for lack of a better term. However, Narisha and Jace, you guys would know. How do I want to say this now? All right. There is a condition. There's a condition that psychics have. All psychics have it. It's called MES. It is what makes a psychic a psychic. It's both useful for psychics. It gives them their psychic abilities. However, it's also straight up potentially damaging. It can rip somebody's mind apart. And it's long been thought that that's what happened during the Scream, is some sort of MES burst. As MES has been actually in some kind of more pre-tech weapons that have been found over the years, MES has literally been harnessed to rip apart hulls and people. As that's happening, Nord, as Jace is sort of looking around, you notice at the back of Evil's head, where these tendrils are coming from, is a small flower looking structure. It's not exactly that, but it's something that's not exactly a tendril, but it has tendrils coming off of it from underneath. But it's kind of a flower-ish structure, I guess, without pretty colors and anything like that. Maybe a cross between a flower and a sarlacc, I suppose, would be the way that I would put it, which is kind of a weird. Yeah, not quite. A little bit creepier than that, but it is very much a flower type structure. Just kind of weird looking when it's in ghostly white, partially see-through. But yeah, you know about MES, which is the condition that gives psychics their abilities and also tends to kill them off early. Lack of a better way to put it. Looking for the actual thing, though. So that'd be cool. Yeah, here we go. Metadimensional extroversion syndrome is what MES is. It's the name of it.
Now, would I know if using this ability would cause you to speed up the affliction?
Using their abilities?
Yes.
If they're not trained, yes. But evil has been trained to be a psychic. So these are just pieces from the past. These are things that you would know. But yeah, basically, most people with MES have to go in to see a doc at some point to either get an inhibitor placed so that they no longer have those sorts of powers. Inhibitors are straight up pre-tech that have been sort of retrofitted and are a closely guarded secret as to how they work. I don't know that you've ever run into one. Or they need to be trained by a psychic, or else they just die straight up. They're just going to literally go insane, and you may or may not have seen somebody with MES who has died this way, and their brain is actually lesioned apart, physically ripped apart, typically starting from the back of their head going forward, which means they lose all their motor skills, and are very much aware, very much not in control as their brain is physically torn to pieces right around puberty. It's great. It's happy, fun times. Yeah, it's a little closer. So, these are the things you know. What do you want to do?
I probably want to take my data pad and take the pictures of the back of the cat's head.
Okay.
And then,
it just looks like the normal back of Cap's head.
so it doesn't actually capture the hologram?
No.
That thing? Okay.
Unless you put the camera's DNA into the thing, I don't think you're going to be able to record this.
Maybe if I clone an eyeball.
Yeah, but then how? Well, I guess if you were to clone an eyeball and then get it to be hooked up to a storage system that would allow you to record what the eyeball sees, but then you also need to put the. You couldn't be for anyone we know, and then they would just be. I don't want to get into it.
I have enough material from several people I can do it with.
Let's save that for later.
No. Okay. Okay, who's next?
Do you want there to be a next right now? Look, I'm all for strange maps to places who knows where, but at the same time, we are going into Spark Space soon.
Yep, I gotta go to get us in Spike Space.
Okay, I'll put it away. Thanks, Cap.
Let me know if you need me again.
Yeah, all right, we won't.
Tex, as you reach the cockpit, once again, you see that blue, red, green sort of area pulsing as it fades. But you also see an orange one, and it goes in a different direction.
All right.
Although
It's
it's
like
incredibly
roughly
faint
which
and
direction?
disappears.
Like galactic north, south, you know. That
You
kind of
know
thing?
what? Because of your Starfarer, yes, you have a pretty good idea of what directions these go. Okay, so first off, one of them goes off. Let me actually get this.
In that case, when I get back into the
Somewhere in
bridge, I'm
this
going to start like doodling on a nav pad or something.
Okay. One of them, because these things are sort of twisty turny here and there, and not exactly perfect. One of them goes off in this general direction, kind of where you're headed, but not quite. Somewhere out there. And the
Is
orange
that-
one.
Wait, which one was
That's
that?
the red. That's the red, green, blue.
Oh, okay. So they're all kind of
The one that's solid. Yeah. Well, no, that's all one. It's sort of
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
pulses those colors in sequence. Then there's another one that goes off in somewhere out here. And that's the orange one, but it's very faint. And you're not, it doesn't stay, it faded much faster than the red, green, blue.
Okay.
All right. Well, and as you guys get ready to go to Spike Space, let's take just a couple minutes here, because I need to go find my notebook again, because y'all decided to open Pandora's box, and I have way more notes. I just don't have them actually on my computer yet.
Haha.
We're waiting on Raven to do a thing and also get notes.
All right, notebook achieved.
Welcome back.
All right, cool. And that's where we're at. All right, so that's the info you have, and if you're going to Spike Space, then sorry, trying to keep a few balls juggling in the air. Apparently, security's texting me about 2 people who have been trying to break into cars around here, and I don't care.
Yeah, I'll be taking it into Spike Space.
All right. Jace, Oswald, Evil, what are you guys doing?
I would be asking around to see if anyone can, particularly I imagine Leaf can help me figure out at least the basics of the power armor thing. Walking around is the main thing that I want to get used to, but
Okay.
I'll probably still be taking scans of him to see how his nerves are reacting and the signal is going through correctly.
Make sure he's not getting any rejection.
Correct.
Okay. Leaf, Lexi,
Lexi is drinking.
fair.
Just drinking the entire trip.
She bought a lot of booze.
Fair enough.
She did. She did buy a lot of booze.
The good shit too.
Leaf. Okay. Well, as you take the ship to Spike Space, who's got the ball?
I think it's in Jace's room somewhere.
It's in a locked drawer in the lab.
Okay. Good to know. All right. In that case, as you guys go to Spike Space, yeah, you guys can start working on whatever it is you're working on. You have plenty of time. I'm assuming Leaf would help you out because I think that was something we talked about before.
What's up?
You get a knock on your door at some point during, basically soon after the Spike Space jump initiates.
Come in.
You see Oswald enters in. He is basically T-posing in the power armor, and
He
saying,
just starts laughing.
"Look, if I want to not do this, I'm going to need some help at least getting the hang of, walking around without breaking anything."
Yeah. Yeah, I can help you with that.
Appreciate it. Assuming you're not doing anything else this week, we should be able to get the basics done.
Cool.
How do I bend my knees?
Very carefully.
That seems inconvenient.
Not too much unlike you would normally. Try and do squats.
Oh god, this is going to be exercise, isn't it?
Well, that's one of the easiest ways to get used to it.
All right.
Drop and give me 10. No. just laughs. I'm kidding.
I would hope so. Anyways, let's get started. And just metal creaking as he waddles his way out of the hallway.
I assume you guys post up here or in the cargo bay or something to to work.
Cargo bay
Cargo
seems
bay.
spacious, yeah.
All right.
Now, did you remember to put a parasol in it?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Wait. Should be on. I think it's on. Wait, if it's not on, how do I turn it? Oh boy.
You've never been in one of these before, have you?
I built this one, I'll have you know. Granted, I scrapped a regular one and reverse engineered it to be better suited for my physique, but still, built it. But no, other than that,
doesn't mean that you know how to use it.
I'm aware. That is why I came to you.
Yeah. He'll start going through drills and whatnot.
Okay.
All right.
So after about probably 8 hours of pretty intensive drills, you at least know how to kind of bend your joints. You're still getting the hang of bending your joints to exactly where you want them. That's going to take a fair amount of more fine motor control, but you can kind of less walk around, more stomp around.
Fair enough.
Kind of raising hell everywhere. I mean, even more so than when Lexi walks around. Everybody knows where you're at all times. But yeah, after about a day, you're starting to get the hang of it. You built up quite a bit of sweat from just sort of fighting some of the feedback mechanisms and all. And Leaf's sitting there showing you how to do things, making it kind of look easy, which may or may not be pissing you off a little bit more. All right. Jace, you said you were taking scans of stuff? Of Oswald?
Yes, of Oswald while he's doing to make sure, so I can watch the way it works.
Yeah, having given it, you know, a few days, his cybernetics a few days to begin integrating and all. He's doing pretty well considering. Doesn't seem to be any adverse reactions, and at this point, the worst is likely over, or the chances of the worst rejections and things like that is pretty much over, thankfully.
Lexi records Oz stomping around all silly and sends it to everybody on ship in a little email, and the title is "We have new tantrum baby on ship."
There are a few, we'll say, divots in some of the weaker metal around the ship here and there, from Oswald stomping and or swinging wildly, trying to get used to everything. But for the most part, the ship's unharmed, at least. And you don't even feel them or feel the impacts or anything like that, Oswald. So that's always nice. Anybody else doing something over the course of the first day?
Still working on that fucking auto detect program.
Okay. All right. Day 2 comes around, and Leaf and Oswald head back down to continue working on getting better at walking around and doing things in the suit. Lexi continues drinking.
Wait, no. Lexi is going to start investigating these little tube things here.
Are these?
Yeah, she's drunk enough that she's curious, and she's gonna go exploring.
All right. You know what? Give me a notice check, but I'm gonna give you a -3 mod for being drunk as hell. Notice and wisdom.
Wisdom. Wait, minus what?
3 for being drunk as hell. You just said she was drunk enough to go looking in there, and she's never done that before. So. Okay.
Apparently, she's blackout drunk.
Okay.
She just walks in and vomits.
Alternatively, I'm gonna raise the DC on this, but Oswald, give me exert with dexterity. This is how well you can step around and everything. This is gonna be kind of a higher DC, but
Gotcha.
it'll matter.
Exert. Yeah, not my worst skill. All that running around has helped a bit. And then dexterity is decent. 12.
Okay. So, as everybody else is doing stuff,
I'm not.
well, you and Leaf are, well, Leaf is sitting there watching you, giving you pointers on how to walk correctly and all. And you're busy stomping, but not stomping quite as hard anymore.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, stomping quietly enough that you can hear all of a sudden sort of a loud clanging noise as Lexi, inside the tunnel, you manage to find a spot where you now realize why cats have whiskers. It's to help them realize when they're gonna get stuck going into a spot, and you have now gotten yourself pretty thoroughly stuck, basically right about there, pretty deep inside this tube. As a what looks like a leftover large pipe wrench from when the builders were in here, maybe, or maybe it's just one of Oswald's, falls and jams itself in such a way that you are now pinned onto the floor and unable to extract yourself from this tube anymore.
I imagine it's like on the small of her back, like have you ever seen the video of like that dude slapping that piece of sticker or something on that like big jack dude's back and he can't reach it?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Actually, it's across the shoulder blades.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's not applying a huge amount of pressure down, but you can't pick yourself up in any way to actually, get any leverage to get this thing off of you. You are thoroughly stuck in place.
Well, since she's back here, is there anything of interest back here at all?
At a 0? No, it's actually pretty fucking boring.
Okay, yeah, then she's
also, I imagine, very dark.
Yes, it's very dark.
Hello, I am stuck in part of ship. I went exploring. I am stuck now. Can I have help, please?
Do we hear her whining?
Is it coming over comms at all?
No, she's using her comms.
Okay.
Then yes.
I guess I'll check the fucking onboard shit for actually tracking where people is.
She'll just start punching the wall or something lightly.
So the tracking system, Jirani, is not all that sophisticated, as we talked about. And it does not read her as being in the ship. It reads her as being outside of the ship due to her location and not actually being in any particular room. So as far as your tracking shows, she's out in spike space somewhere, traveling along with you. Maybe on the exterior of the ship, you don't know. Probably on the interior, but you have no idea.
Guys, can I just say that fucking I imagine her arms are kind of pinned to her side, so it's less of a punching. She says, "Listen for banging," and then headbutts the ground.
Yeah, well, actually, the side of her head's metal, so yeah, she'll just start doing that, like, what is it, the Mad TV, What is Love thing, start slapping her head to the...
They're just gonna come over comms where everybody's like, guys, the ship's reading her on the outside.
I'm hearing her as, oh boy, let's just get something, and I'm gonna walk on over to the access panel.
By the time you get here, you see a small collection of liquor bottles sort of stacked up here, right next to the entryway into the Jeffries tubes. You got a pretty good idea of where she is.
How the shit did? Okay, I'll press the button on the helmet, which activates the comms, and say, "Right, she's not outside the ship. In fact, she's inside the ship. A bit more inside than anyone else, actually. Well, save for me most of the time, but still." If you want to help bring some, I don't know, if she's wedged, maybe some muscle. If she's not, I don't know, Vaseline. We'll see if we can't get her unstuck. And I'll slide the access panel up and see what I can do.
From the darkness, you just hear, "If you put Vaseline on me, I will break your face."
It
Could
won't be me then. It won't be
mayonnaise.
me.
I was just thinking this. Depending on how evil deals with it, this might be a great time for pizza grease. But that was just me.
Wait,
Sorry.
wait. You think that Captain Evil leaves behind pizza grease?
No,
She
I
probably
don't.
drinks that shit.
You know, I keep a little bit for my nightly routine.
Oh my god.
She's
What?
working on making some pizza scented candles.
Just don't ask. Don't ask.
Excuse me.
No,
Evil, you
don't
realize
ask.
how that sounds, right? I just want to
Anyways.
confirm with you.
Oh.
I'm
Just
gonna
tried to
every
give
night.
an alternative as quick as I could.
kind of like an Iron Man suit, just kind of flip a switch on the sort of, it's inside one of the panels, so it's hard to get to from the outside, but the back of the thing opens up. I'll step out of the power armor, go around, get my tools, come back, see what I can fucking do.
Okay.
Leaf just sits back with a cold one, just watching.
Now, assuming I have to get the plasma torch out, you may feel some light burning.
Here.
Okay. As you head in, I'm guessing you have you said you had your tools, so you probably have
Yes.
a light.
I'll throw a glow bug onto my shirt and just see
Okay.
what it does.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
gonna
as you
privately
sorta go-
ping Leaf for like a feed.
All right. Well, I mean, you can get a feed from him of like the outside door. Leaf can't see inside necessarily. But as you continue down, Oswald, eventually, through the tube, you find Lexi pinned by what looks like a huge pipe wrench that has fallen and essentially locked itself into place across a few different what you recognize as very important pipes. And yeah, okay. You know what? Fuck it. Fix an intelligence.
Okay, I just
To
said
figure
it.
out
Like,
how to take this apart, mostly because there's hilarity to be had in either direction.
here's how this is gonna work. You're not gonna fucking move, and if I need to, you owe me a new wrench, and I'm going to see what I can do.
All right.
Does it look like I can
11.
fucking move?
All right.
No, but figured I'd mention it anyways.
All right. It's an 11. Okay. You sort of look over the pipe, having to kind of step on Lexi here and there. But you eventually you see that this thing could be gotten out of the way by removing a thin pipe that is currently not in use, thankfully, but will need to be repaired afterwards.
Mhm.
Where the handle of this massive pipe wrench has sort of wedged itself underneath, with the actual jaws of it surrounding a much more useful pipe, aka a fuel line.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
The fact that I could lower Salter Kingdom come in an instant aside, I'm just gonna do my best to safely remove the pipe, put it back in once she's actually no, fuck it. I'm just gonna remove the wrench and not tell her to get up until I fix the pipe.
Okay. You managed to easily enough just sort of cut this one pipe. It is a water line, but it's not it's not under a huge amount of pressure. It's low pressure line. So you plug up one side and make sure some water hits Lexi as you sort of do it. And
That better not have been what I think it was.
It was not.
And then pretty quickly put in like a little patch there after extracting the wrench handle and sort of moving it over the pipe, over the fuel line and out of the way. And as that massive wrench sort of falls to the floor behind you with a pretty resounding clang, having patched together the water line, Lexi is free, minus you standing directly on her back.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to jump down, pick up the wrench, and say, "All right, you can get up now. Follow me. Let's not do anything else too acrobatic. You know?
Okay, I will let people know next time I go exploring, yes?
How about you just have somebody maybe accompany you when you go exploring? That might be a bit better for your health and my mental health."
Like
Nah.
you're legitimately too big to actually turn around in this tube, so
Yeah,
you're
I
sort of
thought so.
backwards crawling out.
Yeah.
So Oswald, as you sort of move back there, you just see Alexi butt sort of chasing you down the tube.
Terrifying.
All right, I'm just going to clear the way for the rear end and allow it to exit back into the wild where it belongs.
All right. But yeah,
So
Alexi,
the exit-
you're home free. You see, you notice that one of the liquor bottles you'd sort of stacked up along the side before you went in there still has maybe like a half a shot worth.
Oh yeah, she totally takes it.
Okay. But you are home free with a lesson that may or may not have actually been learned as go ahead and roll me a physical save and we'll figure out if you're blackout drunk or not.
Oh wow.
Wow.
All right. I'm gonna say it meets it makes. You're not quite blackout drunk yet, but you're real close.
That was fun. Maybe I think about putting cache of weapons there for emergency. Either way, I
First
go to
off-
bed now.
First off, not fun. Second off, they wouldn't fit, much less would you if you went in to get them. And third, I think that is a good idea. Anyways, I get back into the power armor and continue my walkabout. I'm also going to try something that may be a bit unconventional. I'm going to try and see if the power armor works with the gecko anchors.
Okay. Give me just a second. Gotta find this shit again.
What are you trying to find?
That would
The
depend
actual-
on, does the power armor cover the hands?
Well, even then, that is what is it? Debatable. The gecko anchors specifically work using a miniaturized gravitic manipulator,
Yes,
meaning that
reading
it's
now.
localized gravity around the hands allows for. It basically means I can effectively run on walls as well as just walk up them, and it works more or less stable, but still. I imagine I would have to stick to crawling if it was with the power armor just because of the weight of the stuff, but still.
You know what? I'm gonna have you go ahead and give me a. Let's go another exert and dex.
Okay. Jeez. Okay. Sure.
You're not rolling low at all.
No.
So you sort of stick your first foot out, and you can kind of feel it adhere to the hull. And as you get the second one out, you start kind of walking up the wall, but because of the sort of the power inherent in you haven't fine-tuned this very well. You are able to walk maybe 3 steps before you sort of slam your foot down just a little too hard on the wall and manage to sort of fall off of the wall. But in theory, with enough practice, you could probably do it.
Let's kind of flip over, push myself up, and in doing so, is that anything creative you can do with that? Out of curiosity, any new regiments you're planning, or is that going to be something I'll work on myself?
That I have no idea about.
Fair enough.
All right.
Right. I'd say I've had enough training for the day. I'm going to go take a nap.
Okay, it's been about halfway through the day. You guys got started pretty early. Tex, what are you up to?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Probably cleaning my guns and I don't know, maybe like since it's kind of a newer weapon, like disassembling and reassembling it, like fucking military style.
I was going to say cut to Tex and he's just flicking the bubble head over and over again.
Lord.
Either that or playing with plastic dinosaurs. Sorry. As you're sort of midway through reassembling your new weapon, you hear sort of a sound coming from deep within the ship, similar to a spike space, like a spike jump, or when you leave a jump. As suddenly your little alert for 1 hour ahead or anything going on with spike space goes off. And you immediately recognize that you are leaving spike space early.
Oh shit! I'm going to like jump on the comms immediately. Just go, hey, the yellow alert. We're dropping out of spike space, and we didn't do it.
Okay. As that happens, you begin running straight for the bridge, I assume.
Yeah.
And as you do, everybody else is still doing whatever it is they're doing. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna move real quick. This. You have made it here, which would update relatively quickly, just based on time and everything else. But outside the window, you see this large. It's almost like a station. It's almost like a very small like a small asteroid, but it's all mechanical. It's sort of a hexagonal shape. I'm gonna have Tex, I'm gonna have you roll either. Well, yeah, I'll have you roll piloting in this one. Piloting and intelligence. For if you've we'll see if you've heard of these things or anything along those lines.
11.
Okay. You have. This is something that certain, we'll call them higher end pirates, use to drag ships out of spike space. It is an interdictor. You do not run into them very often. You guys just got really unlucky.
Yeah, thanks Kai for that one.
As that happens, almost immediately there are 2 shots at your ship.
Mm-hmm.
Before anything else happens. So the first one, no modifier.
Good God.
Is an attack of 20. It has an AP of 20, so you take 2 and 8. I don't think that hits. As 2 fighters and what looks like a much heavier, actually you would recognize it as a bomber type craft, begin flying very quickly in your direction.
I will switch that to a red alert. We got contacts.
Okay, guys. So, we're in combat. This is going to be an interesting thing. So, I will say, over the course of that, you guys can run to where it is you need to be. But yeah.
Yeah, basically Tanaka.
I'm already.
TPK.
I'm already
Oh wait,
ready
wrong
to
game.
be-
But you said there's like a giant station there, right?
Well, it's not so much a station. The big hexagonal sort of, or it's actually more like a dodecahedron sort of structure is all just an interdictor.
Okay.
They can be put together, usually requiring several spike drives. But they're notorious for being a little explosive if you shoot them.
Okay.
But also they're also known to be very difficult to leave. Once one has you, it's got you.
Right.
For lack of a better term, a better way to put it.
And just a question for the number of jumps we made. So
you made 2.
We made one jump, or did we
made-
make 2? Because I guess
you
we
made
started
one
doing
to
a
here.
second one.
And this was
We-
partway through your second.
We made one. The other one was prematurely ended. So
Right. So we only have enough
one way or another,
fuel for
we're
2
gonna have
jumps,
to.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one way or another, we have to get fuel here.
Okay.
So hopefully we can salvage the other ships. If not,
Yeah, if we can kill him. Yep. Okay.
All right. So, with that, let's go ahead and put up some initiative. Let me go ahead and go. Let me add them here because this is the way I'm gonna have to do it because it's being stupid. I think you should be able to roll initiative here in just a second. I'm going to add turns. And I believe, if I remember right, it should be. I guess I got to do it through here.
For anybody who's not doing so, you probably should. You should pull up the Stars Without Numbers book and go to page 117
I already got it.
for ship combat actions that you can do in your station.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's right.
By the way, I can't select the ship, so we can't roll initiative. But
You can roll it either. You should be able to get into the sheet at least.
well, yeah, but it'll automatically add. I guess it's fine.
I believe it's actually the piloting check for the initiative.
Okay.
If I remember right, it's been a minute.
I can do that just from my own sheet or from the ship.
I believe it's. Let's see here. Combat action.
Let's see. One of each ship. Each rolls a 1d8 modified by the intelligence or dexterity modifier of the pilot, and they take their
There you
turns
go.
in order. So
it's going to be
1d8.
1d8 plus your intelligence mod or dexterity mod, I think.
Okay, just a D8, not my pilot check.
Yes,
Yeah, it's just a d8. My bad.
it's weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
Six.
Okay, and our modifier is better than the bomber, so I think it goes fighter, us bomber.
I believe that's correct. And we'll grab you. There you go. So that will be the order. So, you guys have against you 2 fighters and a bomber.
Wait, sorry. Did you say add my dex? dexterity or the pilot skill?
Dexterity or intelligence,
Dexterity
either one.
or
Oh, okay,
intelligence.
cool. Yeah, that's right then.
Okay. So starting out, yeah, this is going to be a little rough. Strike fighters. They're each going to fire once at you.
Wait, don't we go first?
Nope, fighters go first.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
you
that was
got
the
an
bomber. That's 6.
Yeah.
My bad.
8.
Nope.
One with an 11. That's a
Oh,
no.
are we keeping
That one
that?
hits.
20. It's 1
are we-
damage.
Are we keeping the order?
You do that at the top of your turn, which is
Yep.
right now.
Oh, gotcha. My bad.
So we take
All
1
right.
damage, and
We
Cap, you're
have
on,
2 armor, so do we take the damage?
but it's AP 20.
They're AP 20,
Oh,
so
you're right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. They
We
kind of
are-
rip through a lot of shit.
Is this where I have to decide like our order?
Who goes
Yep.
first?
What page was it on?
117.
Yep.
Okay.
Or 121 if you just type it in the top.
So most likely, it's going to go you, and then general, and then in descending order of importance, effectively.
I'm important, so therefore I'm general.
Well, no, that would... well, sure.
Actually, yeah, it depends on if you want to stock up stuff or what.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Speaking of, I'm an engineering who is on what? Because we have a few people who are outliers in that regard. I assume I'm engineering, tech's on bridge. Who wants to take gunner? And Journey is on comms. Okay. So it is Lexi and Njord providing general actions.
All right.
So, comms, engineer, gunnery, and bridge.
Okay.
And then you can also use a captain action to decide what we want to do.
First for captain action. I'm gonna support gunnery.
All right. That is 2 points for gunnery, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Well, 2 points, yeah, added to them.
Yep. All right. That brings us to comms.
Or general.
Or general actions. Let's do general first, because I think that's the way we were doing it before.
There's basically no reason not to do general first.
Yep. So Jace and Lexi, what do you guys want to do for general actions? Above and beyond, do your duty. What do you want to do?
Lexi's gonna go. Lexi's gonna be in the other turret or whatever seat, and I guess she'll just be actively targeting.
Okay.
She'll just kind of. I don't know. She'll see where.
Yeah, helping with the targeting part.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
she'll just be actively doing that. So she'll use her dexterity to kind of like maintain locks and
All right.
shit.
Dexterity and shoot.
And this is above and
Difficulty 9.
beyond, I imagine.
Yep.
So
Wait. Am I doing shoot or dex?
Shoot
with dex.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You got to beat a 9.
9. Hey, there we go.
All right. What is your skill in shoot?
+2.
All right. This one. So you actually just knocked it the fuck out of the park.
Very nice.
All right. That brings us to Jace.
Do your duty.
Duty. All right. That brings us around to comms. Johnny, what are you doing?
How many points do we have to work with right now, generally?
You've got 4, but we want to keep at least one of those so that gunnery can fire all guns.
Okay.
So you've got 3 to work with, and that's going to be split between comms, engineering, or both of us. But we can always, if you want to do a thing to give me more points, I can do more in engineering, and then if we don't want to do that, we can save some for gunnery, or for bridge rather. But
Evading would be good now.
mm-hmm.
just throwing in my 2 cents.
Oh,
So yeah, we might want to
That's
pool
your-
some points to do some evasion.
I'm going to use Sensor
62.
Ghost. It's like, oh shit, there's so many people, and then attempt to scramble a signature against targeting. So
Okay.
DC 9 int program to gain my program skills and AC boost until the next round.
All right, and that knocks off 2 points.
Yep. All right. Go ahead and make your check. That's enough.
So
All right.
the
What's
ship
your program
gains
skill?
2 AC.
All right.
So AC of 16 until next turn.
All right. Brings us to engineering.
All right, I'm just gonna go above and beyond, so I can't get us the points needed for evasion. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. If I do particularly well, we might be able to just escape combat or at least start that. So we'll see how that works. But yeah, I'm going to just be in the engine room and start optimizing our power routing and making sure the spike drive is all right and making sure on the fly maintenance, seeing what I can get into.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with the fix and intelligence or dexterity for this, or anything else.
Either. Your choice. I'm okay with either.
9. Okay, that was almost close. And my skill is 2, so I get 3 more points.
All right. Now you guys are really coming into your own with this whole running a ship thing.
Next
Now
up is
have-
gunnery. So you guys can fire all weapons.
Yep.
And you have plus
All
2
done.
command points for
Yep. I'll
from
say you
Captain.
use 2 of those and 1 of the regulars. So there are 4 total points left. Go ahead and so you have 2 fighters and a bomber to choose from. Who are you shooting at?
I'll go after one of the fighters.
Okay.
We got 2 shots, so you can pick and choose what goes where. But taking out both fighters first would be a decent idea.
Okay. Do I add any modifier?
You add your shoot skill, I believe,
As well as your attack bonus.
and your attack bonus. Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe it's just your attack bonus because that's based off your shoot skill. My
Yeah,
bad.
the shoot should be already be in it.
Yeah. So just your attack bonus. Whatever your attack bonus is
Okay.
your modifier.
Here we go.
24 will hit. We'll do 2 damage to the first fighter.
Finishing that one might be a decent idea.
Sand thrower.
Indeed.
Actually, it will do 1 damage. It does have 1 armor.
But it's AP2, 20.
AP 20.
Okay. Yeah. My bad.
No
Same
worries.
thing you've got.
Yep. All right. You have 1 more shot with your other weapon. Sand thrower.
Do you want to do that, Lexi, or want me to do it?
Are we doing that?
You can.
If you want.
Fuck it. All right. Lexi will shoot the bomber.
Okay.
And I had attack bonus. That's right.
You add your attack bonus to the as a modifier. Yeah.
There we go.
13. Unfortunately, as you fire it off, there's a few little you can see little sort of streaks hit the bomber, but it doesn't do any meaningful damage.
Okay.
Unfortunately, most of it went wide. All right.
Would I be able to use my warrior ability on that?
Yes. Is it-
His ability on my attack.
Or you could use your ability on your attack.
Yeah, you still got your use left.
That's true.
your choice.
Oh, that only worked. Okay. I see.
All right.
Cool.
So, next round, or as that happens, you see this bomber who is swinging out from behind the interdictor itself, sort of lines up at you, and you can see the engines begin flaring as some sort of panel underneath, sort of Bombay doors, essentially opens, and some kind of weapon comes out, one that you're not necessarily familiar with. Next round, it will fire at you.
Turns it over, but yeah.
Yeah. That brings it back up to the top of the round, which means you're taking 2 more shots
Incorrect.
from the
Still have
fighters.
the bridge. That's what I mean.
I don't think
Oh,
there's
my
enough
bad.
points left, is it?
Oh yeah.
About 4
We have
points
one.
left for the
4
bridge.
points left.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
bad.
I thought we had like 2. Oh, okay. Then
bad.
I will use
Yeah, you
evasive
did.
maneuvers.
Okay. Evasive maneuvers, go interdex with pilot to add to your AC.
8, which is 1 shortage is what I need. Dang it.
Yeah.
You got your.
Wait,
you got
I
your.
could, yeah. I
thing.
was just checking. That's not saves. That's for a skill check. Yeah, I'll reroll that.
You have another 2 points. Once
What?
per round. My bad.
Yeah.
You can't try it twice. Yeah, you could reroll if you wanted.
13. There
There
we
you go.
All right.
So then that will add
we've
my
got,
level, which is so I'm +2. That means I'm level 3 pilot, right?
It's whatever your bonus is. It's +2.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So okay, our AC is currently 18 until next round. Until
Yes,
next
it
turn,
is.
rather.
Very nice.
All right.
Hopefully
So
that'll help.
the end of that, last points go away. Bomber lines up for an attack run at you. It can't fire this turn, but it will next. Which means the fighters are firing at you, though. So, first fighter, as it swings back around, that's a 5.
Nope.
Yep, that totally hits, man.
And that's
And
a
no.
7.
Okay.
Shit.
They're firing the
I
bullets
can't
at
hit
us.
anything. My fighters are terrible. All right, that brings us back down to you guys. Cap, same order, different order. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Same order,
Okay.
and I'll continue to support gunnery.
Okay. All right. General actions.
I'm doing the same.
Okay. Go ahead and there's to duty. Lexi.
I'll probably repeat the same thing and just maintain
Go
targeting.
ahead. That works. All right. You guys are stacking them up. That brings us down to comms.
Okay. Knowing that we have a bomber and apparently the bomb base just opened, I'm going to okay, I'm going to defeat its ECM by basically like trying to focus an amplified signature so it's easier to hit.
Okay. Go
It's
ahead
a
and roll.
opposed program roll.
Yep. I already have base values for what their rolls would be. That way I don't have to roll all the time. It makes life easy. That defeats. Okay.
So you all get a +2 to hit that bomber.
+4 to hit that bomber.
Plus my attack bonus, bro.
So you guys have a
Right.
+8 to hit the bomber next turn. I suggest you make use of that.
So
This turn,
all
rather,
right.
yeah.
Yep. So that will be 2 points, I believe.
2 points off.
Engineering.
Okay. I still think those evasive maneuvers are going to come in handy, so I'm going to do what I can to go above and beyond.
All right.
So I'm going to be most focused on the engines, making sure that everything is working correctly.
Juice up the maneuvering thrusters. Go for it.
Indeed. Fix. 12. So that's enough for that.
Yep.
Very nice.
Fire everything.
Gunnery.
Yep, firing
How many
everything.
points? How many points do we have?
More than enough.
Yes.
If we have 6, we can fire all weapons twice.
You do have 6, but that would mean you only have 1 point left, so no evasive maneuvers.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, let's just start with fire all weapons.
Okay, just saying. I'm just putting it
Yep.
out there, though.
So it's a +8 bonus if you're going for the bomber. Plus.
Yeah, let's go for the bomber because
Oh, we're going for that bomber.
Okay.
Nice.
wow, a whole 1.
24. That hits. Unfortunately, this thing is armored and it takes no damage. The
AP
armor
20.
absorb it.
Jesus Christ,
Oh,
man.
fuck.
AP 20.
I keep doing that. All right.
This
I
isn't
keep thinking you
Warhammer
were throwing a
40K.
sand thrower.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Yep. Pretty much. Go ahead.
That's
for
a
the
bug,
sand
but it
What?
would be. Did you write plus in the bonus thing out of
That would have
curiosity?
been a 24 to hit.
Oh yeah, I did. My bad.
Yeah, so just put the 8.
All right.
But that would
that
have been
one
24.
does get absorbed, unfortunately, because there is no AP. Thinking that was the
Fully
same
absorbed?
time. Yes.
Okay, that's not great.
Yeah,
Should I re-roll it, or is this gonna? What do I do here?
It's got 3
No,
armor.
it's
No,
you rolled a
hit.
16, but the macro got confused because it was plus 8.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
No worries. Unfortunately, that damage is absorbed by the bomber.
At this point, I don't think fire all weapons again is worth it. But that's just me.
Wait, what? How the fuck does it get absorbed?
It has an armor of greater than 3.
I'm
Or
gonna make
3
an
or
auto
greater.
hit then. I'll use my warrior ability.
It's
Well,
not
you do
a
hit.
problem. You hit it.
You didn't do
Yeah,
enough
armor.
damage to pierce the armor.
Okay, my bad. Okay, I misunderstood. Okay, I hear you.
It got
All right.
damage resistance.
Yeah.
Lexi, it's like when somebody punches you in the face and it just makes you laugh.
Wait, can you make that crit?
You can't force a crit.
Damn.
Yeah.
We are in trouble.
Yeah.
That is why I mentioned to take the fighters out first. Just saying. Anyways. Bridge, you're on.
Okay, I will do evasive maneuvers.
Okay.
Because that's what we need to do.
Effective AC of 16, assuming you make this.
15, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Active AC of 16 as the bomber streaks past sort of just overhead, I guess. It's space, so you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It fires its weapon.
Oh no.
That is a 6 for 11 damage.
Nope.
But that misses. It explodes just past your hull. The fragments do impact the hull, but it doesn't do any damage, thankfully. And you can see it slowing down to turn to make a second attack.
All right. Kill the fighters first.
Back to the top. 2 fighter attacks as they are swarming around you.
Nope.
Oh my god, I'm rolling like dog shit.
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Good.
I'm ducking. I'm dodging. I'm weaving.
Yeah, you are. As these 2 fighters are as these 2 fighters are going, you're piloting well enough that they get a little tangled up and have to dodge each other there at the very end. But they seem to be just trying to draw your attention from the bomber as well as generally fuck with you.
Yeah, Texas is just laughing at this point.
You actually getting a better look at the fighters. They're definitely fighters, and they definitely used to have a lot more armor, but they've been stripped down a fair amount. From what you can tell, both like on purpose and also very much from other combat encounters have damaged armor pieces and things.
So I'm looking at a thing here. What if we want? Let's see. Girani, if you can defeat EMC the bomber again, I know what I said, but if we can fire one weapon with the target systems and destroy their bomb bay, or whatever their gun hard points, would basically just fuck up fuck the gun up, then they effectively can't hurt us. Which that's a scary gun. I don't want it to hurt us. Just an idea. It's potentially risky, but it's,
worth it for not getting hit with something that does at least 2d6 damage.
Mm-hmm. And will do that full damage, because that's a lot of stuff. Anyways. It's an idea. Cap, you're on.
Yeah.
Cap.
Stick with the same thing.
Captain. Okay.
All right.
Those are so smaller now.
I'm just doing it this way. This is easier.
Fair enough.
All right. Jace and Lexi, what do you want to do?
I'll just do the same thing.
Same as well.
All right. So 1 and then roll, Lexi.
Do I use my attack bonus when I do this, or is it just the straight?
No, this is just
Nope.
to shoot plus
Okay,
dex.
that's what I
Shoot
thought. Okay,
plus
just
dex.
making sure.
Yep. You got to beat a 9. All right.
Good job.
Hey, look, you beat a 9.
All right. That brings us to Jirani. Go and defeat ECM again.
Yep, because big booms in space is no good.
All right. That will beat by 1.
Oh,
Shouldn't we have? So yeah, we have 4 and then 2 for engineering.
Huh?
We have
Oh.
4 command points and then 2 on engineering or on gunnery specifically.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, Jirani
All
just
right, because
used
Drowning
2.
just 8 up 2. Okay.
Yep.
I have 8.
Okay.
All right, what do you want to do? Engineering?
fire all guns with target systems is 4 command points, but
You can't fire all guns target systems. You can only fire one weapon target system, so we can do that twice if we don't want to do evasive maneuvers, which is not a smart idea, but it's an idea. Anyways, I'm going to go above and beyond. At this point, I'm rerouting some power to the guns, trying to make sure the laser is lasering at laser efficiency. 12.
Okay.
So that's
All right.
a +3 to that. So
Yep.
got a lot of points to work with.
All right. Gunnery.
Okay. I'm going to use the target systems to target the bomb bay.
Okay.
Or their weapon systems, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, they're
Their
hard.
gunnery, effectively.
Yeah.
And then, so that's
Yep.
1. And
You
fire
will be
one
taking.
weapon.
Yeah.
Minus-
As you
So,
All right. So you have to make a shot. At just a +4 because with the that basically
Being
beats the
fair,
armor.
just a +4 ain't bad.
No,
and I
it's
would
not.
definitely use
It's
the laser.
not. But you need to defeat their armor. If you can get any damage past them at half damage before armor, then
Go for the laser.
You will
yep,
take it
going
out.
with the laser.
Yep.
mm,
Half damage, AP 20. You do hit. That should. Wait, does a
detonate
15
their
hit?
cargo.
Wait, does a 15 hit?
I don't know. You
If 15 does not hit, you have your special warrior thing. If you want to be a dick
gonna
about
need
it.
it.
Okay.
It does not hit.
Then do I see here? Okay, then it does hit.
Okay. All right. Well, somehow through the use of the force or something, the
Wrong
laser
universe.
beam, I know, turns just a little bit, manages to impact half damage before armor, AP 20. You do hit, you do take out that weapon. The fractal impact charge, which is lucky.
Yes. That's a big fucking weapon.
As a note, you can also fire one weapon just at the fighters, and we can still have room for evasive maneuvers.
Do we
So
detonate the
if
payload?
Busty wants to
That's
throw
what
a
I was
sand thrower at
thinking
the
of doing. Yeah, you just said what I was going to do before I even got a
Okay,
chance to do
alright.
it. Thank you very much, Thunder.
You're
I mean,
welcome.
that's great. Yeah,
Technical
I'm gonna do exactly that.
Okay. It's actually with a +8, but yeah, 7 will hit. That is enough to take out the first fighter.
Good job.
Just enough.
Cool.
Barely. As that one explodes, the other one zooms through it, aimed directly at you. He's not happy. The bomber's not happy. Bomber's gonna make a check. This will be Let me actually do it the right way.
Hopefully, even if they've managed to fix that thing, it still takes a while to power up again. So we got some time, at the very least.
This will be X. There we go. All
Anyone
right,
else hearing the
let's figure it
FTL
out.
battle music in their heads?
Yeah, I've been trying to get that. All right, that's an 11. The weapon system is back online, but it is not actually active yet. You can't do anything else this round.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, you do see the turret begin, or the Bombay doors reopen after they were somewhat damaged. As it swings around, attempting to get ready for another attack run. That is his turn. And then one shot from the remaining fighter, who is now trying to
Which,
scream.
before we do that, okay, it doesn't work anyways, but I was going to say, Bridge has still not gone their turn.
Oh, I
You
keep
keep cutting out before Connor.
I would like
Okay.
to evasive maneuvers.
Okay,
Doesn't help,
you can
but
go ahead.
fair enough.
Yeah, you guys have armor, right?
Yeah, but that's AP 20.
Okay, 11.
Okay.
So that'll add 2 to it.
I'm just trying to remember.
So
So-
16 AC, armor 2 is what we have.
Yeah, but that's AP 20,
But yeah,
2
AP 20,
damage,
yeah,
so it
right.
takes down to 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might be worth a repair, although I think at this point we should just fire everything and get rid of.
I would say once we have one thing left, then you can do a repair, just so we don't have as much to worry about.
Yeah, in fact, if you want to put, well, I was going to say put me at the bottom, but I might want to commit some action points.
All right. Back around. What are we doing?
I guess the same thing.
All right. Remember, you do have keep it together if you ever want it. If you're willing to take a crisis, that is.
Bad idea.
But
Moving on.
Yeah.
you never know. All right. So.
That's the crisis is like, oh, the freezer's broke down. You have to eat all the ice cream before it melts.
Jace,
Oh
like-
man, all the pizza went bad.
Oh no, that would be a crisis for evil.
She'd get out of the airlock and start slicing at the aircraft or the spacecraft with her fucking psychic blade.
All right, Lexi and Jace.
I'm gonna go above and beyond again because I'm on a roll and it seems to be working. So let's try
All
it.
right.
Don't say that out loud.
Yeah,
Well, whatever.
you just jinxed it. Now we're all gonna fucking
No,
die.
it's fine.
All right, Jace.
See, the thing is, I don't know what I could do other than give like a battle stim to Tex.
I mean, you could totally do that.
Oh, shit. Oh, what?
Yeah,
Why?
he's paying attention to flying right now. He
Yeah, he
probably
doesn't
has
know that
no
you're
idea
there.
what's going on behind him. Yeah.
Battle stim, make his reaction time even faster.
Oh,
All right,
no.
all right. If you want to above and beyond, go ahead, go heal
Sure.
with your choice.
You just feel like a
That's my
sharp
answer.
pain in your
Gotta be
thigh
a
and a little
9.
voice next to you saying, I call it hyper time.
My pupils go.
Fucking macro
I
lens
can
kicks in.
see everything.
Yeah, but you might want to come back to the med bay when we're done.
I can see Spike's face.
Oh wait, I could do that already. Shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a heal check. Dexterity or I guess and would either one would work. Okay, yeah, that's smart enough. I think you have a 2 in heal, so I'll give you
Yeah.
3.
God damn it.
That brings us to comms.
The Tex is just going, what the fuck was shit? What the? I'm busy. What the fuck was that? Like, he has no idea what Jay's just put in him. He's worried he's going
Okay.
to start turning into an animal hybrid at some point.
So we have how many points now?
A lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2 of which are for gunnery, but
So
otherwise.
six usable by anyone but gunnery.
Fuck. I guess I'll try to defeat ECM again on the bomber.
On the bomber, okay.
Okay. This could be good.
That is. Hold on, let me consult this again. Yeah, no, that is actually what you needed to meet. So.
Is that?
Yeah, 11 is the number. If it's an 11, or if it's lower than an 11, you don't make. Just so you know.
Okay, so bomber is easier to hit by 2 points.
4 points again.
4?
Okay. Yeah.
Double
twice
your
my
program
okay,
bonus.
Yeah, -4.
Yeah.
Damn.
There you go.
So we can just hit the fucking guns again. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Or
you can try to take out the bomber. Your choice. But that brings us to engineering.
All right, engineering. I'm just gonna do a general action, go above and beyond. I'm just gonna see if I can kick our generator into a bit of a higher gear, give a bit more power to everything. Just not explode. Seems like a nice idea.
Okay.
Void the warranty a little bit.
14. That's
do.
+3, which.
All right.
Okay.
Between gunnery and bridge, you guys have a lot to play with.
Which means, yeah, you guys can target their weapon systems and then just fire all guns once at everything.
You can.
Lex would like to shoot the sand thrower at the weapon and target the weapon. So bump 3 points off.
Okay.
Sure.
And this is +8?
No, +4 because you're targeting the weapon.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, right, because of the minus.
Yeah. System specifically is going to be a lot harder to hit.
Yeah.
But.
Come on.
Yeah. No! Did I use my thing, or did it make last time?
No, that's correct. You just rolled a 4.
No, I think.
And I think you used your thing, but Tanaka gets it to use his.
I did. Okay.
No, I used mine.
Okay, so you can use yours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'll make it hit the.
Problem being, of course, they have a fuck ton of armor.
Yep.
We'll see. We'll see.
That will make it through the armor.
Hey, nice.
Well, it's at half, right?
Half damage before armor.
It's half damage has to make it through the armor. Half damage before armor.
Right.
So now I have a question. Overall, going forward, do we round the damage down or do we round it up? I'm leaving that up to you guys.
I just say we follow whatever D&D rules are.
D&D says the round down.
Sure, but yeah, whatever it is.
Okay. The damage does not make it through.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, you didn't quite make it there. But you can still fire all fuck off weapons.
Or you could do it again with the AP-20.
Yep.
Maybe fire the spike sand thrower again at the fighter and then just beam the bomber again, because I don't think they can fire this turn.
Yeah, they can.
How can they?
They repaired.
Yeah, but it still went offline. I don't know. I'm going by FTL rules. I would figure if the thing fucking broke, they would need to repower it.
So, generally speaking, if you make your fix check,
it just nullifies the effect.
Well, if you make your fix check, that is spending that 15 minutes getting that weapon back online. Then the following round you can fire, and it is after you guys go, it will be the following round for the bomber.
All right, then yeah, throwing the laser at the bomb.
We should do it anyways.
Yeah.
Keep that thing offline, and then maybe just take out the other fighter.
Well, we can't go for the gun and take out the fighter on the same thing. That's okay. So laser is going for the. I assume going for the gun.
Yes.
Okay, so half damage, but armor pierces. It's 1 damage to the gun, which I think still takes it out, assuming 15 hits, which I don't think it does. Fuck.
Let's see, 15 to 16 armor class. So it's a small target.
It's okay. It's okay. We're still good.
All right. So that was 3 points. You still have.
No, that was So I have 2 points left, which at this point, evasive maneuvers is looking pretty good.
Yep. Sorry, wait. Is it? Sorry, I had to check something. Is it on me now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do evasive maneuvers.
Okay.
14. That'll do it.
Okay.
All right. That brings your AC to what?
16?
Yep.
Yeah.
16 AC effectively.
Yeah, unless Kai did something.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. So it's going to fire. That's a 14.
Ooh,
misses.
good.
Cool.
Fighter is going to. Actually, I'm not even going to get there yet. I need any 3 of you decide amongst yourselves to roll me a d6.
I'll take it.
This one.
Sure, I guess I can do that. Since I'm in a
2.
weird cracked out
1.
state.
Okay.
Sure.
4.
Okay. 4. 2 4s. Okay. Nice.
Man, and I like this character.
Guess I'm happy that I still have my sniper character.
I think we're fine.
All right. At the top of the round, you see the hexagonal structure begin to charge up once again. It will go off at the end of the round.
Oh, the station's firing at us now. Wonderful.
Didn't say that. Just said it is gathering energy. You can actually see Cron particles emanating from various points
I see.
throughout it.
I think you're pulling somebody else out.
Yep. Which, hey, allies probably.
Well,
To be fair, if we just
Well.
message them and say, "Hey, they pulled us out too. Let's fucking kill them." Seems like a decent idea. We'll see.
Either way, that does bring us to the fighter, and it's gonna fire. That's a 19.
19 will hit.
4 damage. Not great.
Okay, we are at 11 out of 20 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us to Horizon. Gotta survive if you can. I'm
Same
assuming.
order, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And who are you boosting? Gun?
Or bridge, or anyone.
Anyone honestly would work, aside from engineering, maybe.
Yeah.
Or you could, if you want to roll one of the general, do your duty to potentially get an extra point that can be used anywhere. You can do that.
I mean, support does 2 points for free.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, you can get potentially. I'm just giving the other options potentially.
Yeah. I'm always debating if I should do gunnery or bridge.
Well,
So do you want
far,
a guaranteed hit, or do you want a guaranteed dodge?
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically. I'm gonna do gunnery.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. That brings us around to general actions. More stems for more people?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Let's see.
Stims for
Get
everyone.
'em all cracked out.
Let's go over to gunnery and pop a pill over in someone.
Jab
All
leaf.
right.
Sure.
Okay, so same
Start
roll.
with leaf. Yep, same roll.
I'm in the fucking engine
Oh,
room.
It's probably not good.
Can't find the intake port.
No, that is bad. That is very bad.
Do you have an ability to re-roll if you'd like to.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
you get one. Yeah, you get one per scene, and this is a scene.
Yeah. Okay.
To be fair, we don't technically have any command points to lose, but yes, getting 3 is better than none.
All right. There you go. That brings us down to Lexi.
Lexi will just do her duty this time.
Okay. That brings us down to comms. Johnny.
Well, they got pretty close both times, and I still think that we need all that we can get hitting that damn bomber and getting it out of the sky. So I'm gonna defeat ECM again.
Roger that. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, you got me shit. I'm re-rolling that shit.
Okay.
Son of balls.
It's not enough. Needed an 11 or higher, unfortunately. That brings us down to engineering.
Okay. Right. I'm just gonna go above and beyond and see if I can make up for the shit show going on upstairs.
Okay.
I kid mostly, but yeah, I'm boosting engine power or gun power, so at least even if the laser only skims it, it'll still do some damage. 13.
There you go.
So 3 more.
Yep. Just added them on. That brings us down to gunnery.
Okay.
What is your plan here? You got a bomber with an active weapon that is lining up on you.
Yeah.
Shoot her.
Yep. Yep.
And we're both out of our warrior things, right?
Yep.
You do have a +4 for the, or no, you don't have the +4 for the bomber.
Laser going twice might be a decent idea.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Then again, okay.
8 does not hit. That is, are you targeting their system?
You didn't
Yeah.
add your mod onto it. Oh, wait, no, you're targeting.
It wouldn't
Okay,
matter.
alright. Okay, in that case, we might be. Wait, are we? The only should have taken 3 off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I accidentally hit
Okay.
one more.
So I was gonna say it might honestly be worth it just to dunk that last fighter with the shrapnel.
Okay, I'll take out the fucking fighter.
No, Jesus Christ.
It's not doing us any harm.
Hmm?
It's barely hitting us. But there we go.
Is that fire all weapons?
Sure.
Lexi, you wanna give a shot at the other one, or do you want to just do fire one weapon? I don't. It's up to you guys. How you
No,
wanna
you
do
said fire also. I guess.
it. Okay.
What am I shooting? The fighter?
Fighter or bomber, your choice. Each person has a choice over what they're firing at and how and all that good stuff.
Well, shooting the bomber with the sand thrower wouldn't do shit, would it?
Not likely.
Depends, but
you have to
If you
roll
rolled
high.
max damage, you might do a bit of stuff to it, but
Shit. It was supposed to be a +4 or whatever. At the fighter.
Woof.
okay.
We need like Gundam style homing missiles, where it's like 1,000 of them come out.
Reaper
we can
batteries,
fire
my
that
friend.
exactly once. It'll cost about 100,000 credits to restock, but
Get a. Might be time to start looking for a new ship. Who knows?
Or like funnels, like the little mini
yeah,
turrets.
yeah. That'd be cool.
Do we have enough points for escape combat?
no, we have 1.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I can do nothing.
All right. Well, that sucks, but all right. At the end of the turn, the bomber is going to take a shot.
Oh god. Oh my god.
We have 1 hit point.
We have 1 left.
Yeah. As that happens,
We have a Star Trek moment of just like fucking shit explodes and we're flying all over the
I will say the captain can take an action for 0 CP to nullify that hit and take a crisis instead.
might be a good idea. I don't know all the crises, but that might be a good idea.
Like, yeah.
I would
'Cause
take a
that took
crisis
us
to
down.
over 10 fucking damage.
Yeah,
So
that
I'm
would-
just
that would
saying
take-
10
yeah,
damage
that took
just
us down
a
half.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cap. 10's a lot of damage.
We have 20
Half
total,
your-
so
yeah, that's half your HP.
Okay, I guess we're gonna take a crisis.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a d10. Cap.
Okay.
Just don't get. I'm not going to say it.
Don't roll a 3.
Damn it.
Roll the one.
8. System damage. Let's see.
Oh, I was hoping I could repair someone.
Repair someone.
Well, some people in this ship will actually get repaired.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Not
I
many,
have
but
a
yeah.
macro for this. So that is that one, and then I was just testing that one. Hold on one second. Let me find this right one. It's you. Nope. Okay, out of your guys' systems. Sorry, I don't have your ship open at this moment. But...
Well, if you're working with the 6, then I can tell you which one that lines up with. If we're going for fittings, anyways.
It is a 6, so.
So Smuggler's Hold, if we're going just down the fittings, which not the worst. But if let's see, Smuggler's Hold, if we're just going fittings first. If it's weapons first,
don't
then
think it's-
fittings, it's the
Hold on,
cargo
Thunder,
space.
hold on,
Fittings,
Thunder.
though, is it?
Let Ryben actually
Yeah,
say
it
what
can
it is.
damage.
Okay, so it is. I was weapons first because rolling low on that would
Gotcha.
suck. So we'll say your cargo space begins venting all of whatever atmosphere you have in there out. And remember that door you had to repair way back when? Yeah, that door's fucked.
Cool.
Again, but of all the places, that was probably one of the better ones.
Probably.
Yep.
And you do not
was
take
Le-
10 points of damage.
was Lexi's bike tied down?
Oh, Lexi was
hopefully
drinking
the
with
hole
it.
isn't.
She was like touching it.
You know what,
She was
Lexi,
like,
go ahead and roll me a
fucking
D100.
way. Saber, you piece of shit. Like,
Hey, man,
no.
I'm
I
just
was
saying.
already thinking it. Also, while I'm at it, Thunder, go
Yeah.
ahead and roll me a D100.
I don't think the mech is going to be too
All right, what am I rolling?
averse to. Yeah, well, maybe
I think roll luck.
64.
Okay.
Luck.
If it's a luck save you want. Okay.
No, it wasn't a luck save. It was. I wanted a D100.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
it's all good.
Oh no, I'm
There's a reason for the
apologizing to
D100.
Busty.
Oh,
Yeah, you better apologize. Like, I need a fucking letter sent to me. I'll give you my address later.
Okay.
Hey, at least you got to ride it.
Okay, so the mech sustains minimal damage from the shrapnel that the door causes after the hit. However, the bike, while still repairable, has essentially been cut in half by a large piece of shrapnel that buries itself into the plating, the deck plating, and is now bouncing around in the back. Okay. That sucks.
Fucking hate you, Saber.
I was gonna make you guys roll for it anyway. He didn't really. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's everybody that has anything in the back, though. Anything substantial.
Save the shuttle.
Yeah, we do the shuttle back there.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Cat, roll me a D100.
Okay, that one was actually my fault because Raven forgot, but still.
Yep.
It is weird to forget
70.
the biggest thing that. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, some minor damage, nothing too crazy. Somehow the shrapnel mostly missed the ginormous fuck off shuttle in there. But next up, at the start of the round, a rather large ship enters. Not large, but a little bigger than, a little bit bigger than the ship that you guys are flying. Let's see here. It's this guy. Let me edit this so you can see what it looks like. Is the Adeno class Corvette. It's actually about the same size as you guys, but
I like that
Lexi,
shit.
as you're looking out the window, roll me a, we'll call it a no check, or we'll call it a no check with intelligence. But it's gonna be it's not gonna be that hard, but at the same time you are under fire and you just found out your bike just kind of got smashed. Okay. You don't really notice, although the ship design looks kind of familiar to you. That's all you know. And as it comes out, you can see it's two turrets pop up on either side and one underneath. One of them looking familiar to you as a sand thrower turret. The other two, not so much, but it seems to be trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And it's not making an aggressive action quite right yet. But I will go ahead. Oof, I add a turn.
I was just gonna say in comms, if I'm getting this right, we've got some friends. Don't fire at them, gunners, and Johnny, for fuck's sake, be personable. We want to get these guys on our side.
All right, you got lucky.
What kind of ship is this? Looks familiar. Can we scan it or something?
I think we should scan it after we are making sure we're not blowing up.
Fuck. Is Lexi like able to do comms and shit? Can she like open comms or from where she's at, or can she?
When we get to your turn, we can definitely talk about that when you get to the ship's turn.
Yeah.
But for the moment, the fighter has been lined up on you. It is going to take a shot. I have no idea if it's going to hit.
Nope.
Yep.
If this threw it off and it peels off to sort of maybe go harass the other ship, you're not sure. It seems to not know what the fuck it's doing either at this exact moment. But that does bring us to the horizon. So, Cat, things have changed. What do you want to do? There is another ship in space around you that does not seem to have affiliated itself with either side yet.
I guess
And it's a big one.
Would I was gonna say, would comms be able to talk to them? But
I'd say yeah.
So if I
I'd say yeah, I would say it's not really that. It's whoever wants to reach out to that ship can maybe choose who you're going to have reach out between all of you. And I'm not going to, and for just a quick comms talk or whatever, I'm not going to make you like add points or subtract points or whatever.
Yeah, because every round is still 15 minutes. So
yeah, you have enough time to carry on a quick conversation, assuming they want to answer you. Would be the way that I would rule on that.
Okay.
But the question is, who do you want to talk, and do you want to talk, and all that good stuff.
Captain, if this is who I think it might be, we could have allies on our team right now. No problem. Can we talk?
Do you want to talk to them?
I will
stand by.
I will send message in Russian in Chevkin, and I will send confirmation code. Everything will be fine. If it is Chevkin.
If you feel that is maybe, then I trust your instinct.
That's good, because I'm drunk right now.
You always are.
All right. So what's the plan?
If we're able to, yeah, Lexi would just kind of like in her native language, like state her name and military ID and stuff, and say that we're under fire, and if this is a Chevkin military need help.
We will get to a response when we get to their turn. So, Cap, who do you want to support, or do you want to do something else? It's up to you.
I'm gonna go ahead and support Gunnery again.
All right. That brings us to general actions. Jace, who do you want to stem this time?
Engineering.
Okay,
You're
Oswald,
gonna run a
he's
long
coming for
ways.
you.
Jesus.
Go ahead and make your
All right,
check.
here we go.
Oh shit, it's 7. I
7.
actually got a dip here, so take care, guys.
All right.
See you, Busty.
Later.
Well, in that case, I'll give you your answer now, Busty, if that's cool.
Yeah, sure, whatever, man.
All right. You guys do get an answer back. Davushka, I'll help you, but only so I can kill you later. And that's
Works
the only
for me.
answer you
Anyways.
get.
Yeah, Lexi's got a date. All right, guys, later.
Later.
Take it easy.
All right. In that
Should I
case,
reroll that?
Anyways, as I am jabbing the sun, was
I
that
don't know if
saline
you
or
can.
was that like a thing to help with, adapt to my cybernetics, or was that? I don't know, I don't feel anything. It was just kind of, it hurt a bit.
you can't reroll, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I'm just distracted for a while as we have a -1 to our points.
Her face. I
That's all I
think
got.
a wrong spot. I'll have to try again.
All right. What do you guys want Lexi to do?
Just continue above and beyonding on targeting.
Yep.
Sure.
Also, technically, we didn't have 2 command points. We had a -2 command point cost for one action for the other for gunnery, which means we technically didn't lose any from Jace's heal.
Nope. You didn't lose any from Lexi either.
Cool. So, oh boy. All right.
Brings us back around. Comms. You have no points.
Yep. I guess I'm going to. God, I'm going to play it safe and do my duty.
Okay.
And send as much targeting info as I can to the turret system or the gunning system.
Engineering, you have 1 point.
I've got my reroll, so I'm going to go above and beyond and see what I can
Alright.
do. And just getting this shit working. There we go, 14.
All right. Not engineering. Gunnery. I believe that's.
You're an effective 6 points.
But he fucked off.
Yeah, he's smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
I was going to
What do you
say
guys
that
wanna
puts Lexi in charge, but oops.
That's fine. I can roll for Lexi at least.
Let's. I understand what Leaf was saying about the fighter isn't, doing much to us right now, but at the same time, I don't think we're going to be able to take the other one down too quickly. Well,
We've already hit it a couple times.
have we?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. just do we want to? We have 6 points, which means you could fire everything twice, but that seems excessive, and I think we really need that evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, I would like the evasive maneuvers.
Especially after
So
that last hit.
let's just fire everything once and
Okay.
double target the big ship.
In that case, whoever wants to, one of you guys, you know what? We'll have Cap do it. Cap, roll sand thrower with +4 with a 4 modifier, and because they're not here.
How do I do
And
that?
so you go to the ship sheet.
Click the sand thrower, and when it asks for your modifier, you hit +4, or you just
You
do
don't
4.
even hit the floor. You just you just hit the click 4. Enter
Oh,
4.
sand thrower plus
Yep.
modifier of 4.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Unfortunately, that one missed. Do the same thing for the multifocal laser with
Okay.
a 4 modifier. 13.
Guys, we ran out of rolls.
I was gonna say at some point it's just battle statistics. At this point, it's just luck. It's not.
This is rough. Unfortunately, neither of those are quite high enough to hit. It's got a 16 AC. And that brings us to Bridge.
I would like to evasive maneuvers.
Okay, go ahead and evasive maneuvers.
Eight, which I think doesn't make it.
Do you have a
'Cause I need
reroll?
9. I already used it.
Okay, then no, we don't have evasive maneuvers.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Unfortunately, you guys are gonna take one more. Well, it's gonna shoot at you. I don't know if you're gonna take it or not, but that's a 10.
Oh, it's only 3. That's fine.
All right. Well, no, it
misses.
misses.
Oh yeah, also
That
misses.
misses.
Yeah.
Oh,
does he have to reload?
He does.
Oh. Not that I know
Neat.
that, but
Yeah.
I mean, we won't be fired on next turn, but
Yeah.
aside from that,
At that point, the Adeno class Corvette, which is barely a Corvette, it's like slightly bigger than your guys' ship, to be honest.
But
Different
they have more
layout, but
guns.
they do. They very much are a combat related ship, though. They are going to fire. They would recognize what just was fired from the bombers, so they're going to fire there first. First shot out is a 13. Second shot is another 13, and they'll try the sand thrower. They're going to do everything. There we go. That actually hits. Does a fair amount of damage to the bomber.
Max roll. I'd hope so.
It's not down, though. Unfortunately. It is hurt, but it is not down.
well, let's hurt it even more.
All right. In that case, yeah. All right. Brings it back around. Fighter's going to fire at the Adeno. And fail massively.
Who hired that guy? Jesus.
I don't know. Everybody's rolls are pretty hard. But that does bring us back around to you guys. Hopefully you guys can do a fair amount of damage. That bomber is looking pretty rough. If you can sneak a few damage past it, it'll probably be a.
All right, guys. Moment of truth. Let's get going.
All right.
Same.
Give more to guns. I just imagine. Is that what you want to do?
Guns.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you guys want Lexi to do?
Shoot.
I think just do your duty might be the best
Got it.
idea.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Jace.
I'm going to do your duty.
All right. Comms.
Okay. So that gives us what? 5? 4 points.
2 points to use for you right now, but 4 to gunnery right. 2 extra to gunnery.
So 4 total for gunnery.
Yes.
Yes.
Shit, that means I can't. I'm just gonna go all over the comms because I can't make this fucking decision. Do you want me to fuck them up, or do you want me to help us?
I personally, I would say just stay the course, do your duty, and then if I go above and beyond on my turn, then we will either still have just enough for a double shot, or we'll have enough for 2 double shots and still evasive maneuvers.
Or you can try for above and beyond if you want.
Yeah, or you can do that.
I'm just gonna fucking do my duty because apparently rolling like shit.
Okay.
Engineering.
Let's see. I'm gonna go for above and beyond because fuck it.
Okay.
I again still have my reroll.
Okay.
11. Okay, so 3 more points, which means
Gunner.
we can blow the shit out of something this turn.
Tanaka, are you back?
Negative.
All right, Cap, you're rolling. So, how do you guys want to do this? What do you want to do?
I think just first volley, fire everything at the bomber.
Okay. So,
So-
Cap, it's +4
To both of these shots.
to the
Am I
sand
doing one of each things?
Yep, sand
Yep.
thrower, multifocal. 12. Unfortunately, that misses. Yeah, that just hits, and with an AP 20, it does 1 damage, which is exactly what you needed
Hey!
to blow it up. It was on 1
Yay,
HP. I was just like, come on.
All right.
Now there's just
We
a
s-
fighter left.
We still got 5 points left, so you might as well just fire both at the fighter.
Yeah, fire all guns on the fighter.
And then evasive maneuvers.
Fire everything!
Okay.
Oh my god!
Okay. Fighter has 1. Okay. The fighter is not down, but you rake it with these not little, I mean probably fist size, pieces of shrapnel that rip across this thing and tear through armor. It didn't have much armor to begin with, and you can see sparks and all sorts of shit just sort of falling out of the fighter. It is not down, however. It's just really fucking close.
The shrapnel was the parts of Lexi's bike that were left.
Yep.
We're leaving a little like buoy trail along with.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked, but I love it.
Do we still have
But yeah, you have 2 points left. I mean, it's enough.
Well,
to fire
no,
a
you
weapon
still
if
got
you
another
want.
shot. You still have another shot with the firearm.
Yeah.
With the multifocal laser.
Yep.
Aw.
If that had connected, that's exactly the amount of damage you had to do.
At this point, we're probably more. Well, no. If we use evasive maneuvers, we have a 75% chance of evading whatever strike they have, and it won't do too much damage. But if we fire at them now with our +4, it's technically less chance of hitting them, but it would mean we can. Plus, we have the Adeno.
Up
I
to
think
you. What do you
evasive
want to do,
maneuvers is
Saber?
probably a better choice.
But
I think evasive maneuvers is the better choice, looking at the statistics of.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
I apologize, I haven't been particularly commanding this combat, but
It's all good. Keeps everybody on track, I guess. But that's just my thought of it.
8. So no.
Nope.
Okay. Well, the bomber's gone, so at least we got that going for us. It brings us to the Adeno, who is going to fix all weapons on that fighter and proceed to fire. Miss. Why am I only rolling 13?
It's only been 13.
Lucky number.
indeed.
Welcome to 2020.
Yeah, right. And a 6. That is all
Damn.
misses.
I was gonna say last one's gonna be a 7, but
The fighter at this point, you're the only one that actually hit it. It's gonna go for a shot at you because it thinks it can hit you, and it can't.
I don't
Man,
know
what
why.
gave
it
him
would.
that idea?
That gives you guys a chance here.
So I'm actually going to take a general action this time
All right.
And also mentioned to Oz, hey, we might want to do some damage control.
Yeah, working on
partly
it.
because that will do us a lot of fixing that we want to pay for later, which would be great.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
All right. So you're doing. What are you? So let's start with Cap. Who do you want to support? Engineering, comms, gunnery, bridge.
Gunnery.
All right. So general actions across the board. Who's doing what?
I'll
So
attempt
one
to
from
go.
Tex, who is
I will do. How many points is that? I'll do above and beyond. Why not?
Okay.
No, basically just like fucking game of chicken.
lining
Fucking
it up
fly
so
straight
that
at the
the guns have a
fire.
better shot.
All
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Go for it. Paladin and Dex or Int.
12. That'll work.
There we go.
I'm gonna go.
And my skill level is +2 for the modifier for pilot.
Yep. So I got your 3 points there.
Yep.
That brings us to next general action. What do you guys want Lexi to do?
Do your duty.
Yeah, I think just doing the duty is safer for this
All right.
at this point.
That's fair. Let's
And
go.
Jace, whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna try to inject you again.
Okay.
Let's go
It's
for it.
just like swiping it on.
Oh God.
Oh,
Another
no.
3. Good boy.
Stop moving. I don't want to actually hit your carotid.
Yeah, everyone slowly starts turning into animals.
I had to change.
Right.
That's all.
All right.
So I can maybe fully repair the ship, just saying.
Comms.
I'm going to attempt to go above and beyond.
Okay.
And fucking.
If you want to shout me damage controls or something, or
Yeah,
like,
I'll start like running
give me
through
a
the
give
readout
me
on
an
the ship.
overlay of my shit to see what he's
All
repairing.
right. Perfect. Go for it. Just enough. That's a lot of fucking points, guys.
I'm aware. I can. By the way,
Engineering.
I can damage control multiple times in a round. Just putting that up there.
Yes, you can.
So
Or we can guarantee that we're going to get all the shots we need on the fighter.
I was hoping you'd use escape combat because that ship's coming for us next.
No, they're with us.
So they can kill us later. We don't know when later is, but
Yeah.
hopefully it's enough later that we can get some fuel and leave.
Yeah,
Anyways, right. Damage control. We're a what is it? We're a cruiser, right? Or a frigate, rather.
You
Free
considered
merchant?
a frigate, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
forget. Right.
I believe so.
So that should be int, but it's the same modifier, so it's fine. So 10. So we're a frigate, so we gain 6 HP back.
Got it.
All right.
Hey, that's much better.
I'm gonna do it again.
It's a +1 to your check.
Yep. So it's an 8 instead of a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Int. There we go.
All right.
We are back at full health.
Cool.
Yep. All
Ain't
right.
that neat? So
And
yeah,
that's
I think with the injection that was given by Jace, Oz just starts manically repairing shit.
Start shaking.
Yep.
basically goes hyperspeed like the Flash
Mhm.
or Quicksilver, rather.
Time slows down.
Mhm. Oh, and I can emergency repairs, which means I can fix the whole of the fucking. I can fix the door in the what is it? Cargo bay if we want to.
Well, we gotta still fire yet, don't we?
We can that +2 is going to gunnery. We can still fire all weapons if I do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine then.
What do you guys think? We can
Sure.
either fire all weapons twice, or I can repair the back door and we can fire all weapons once.
Back door isn't super mega important. It's not like it's crammed wide open. It's just a small breach, right?
I mean,
it
it's
still wouldn't hurt
buckled
to have
in.
fixed it. Yeah. I say if we can fix it, then we might as well. It'll
I'll
save us
give it
time
a
and
shot.
Money.
Emergency repairs, difficulty 8. 12. Okay. So back door's repaired.
Yep.
So Jace, you see me immediately out of town in the engine room, start fixing a bunch of shit, and then for the last 5 minutes, I put on the power armor helmet and just bolt down the maintenance corridor into the back of the ship and start repairing the door. Because power armor counts as vac suit for about 30 minutes. So I can spend 2 turns back here.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's quite a bit of work done.
We effectively got through this fight unscathed, by the way.
Now, yeah.
Now. We also almost died.
Correct, but, you know.
And if you guys are going to do you fire all weapons at the fighter then?
Yeah.
Is that the plan?
Mhm.
All right. Cap, go ahead. They're +4 to both attacks. Take out the fighter.
Please.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Cap.
Cap.
What am I doing?
Firing.
Fire the weapons.
Shoot twice.
Eating pizza, obviously.
No.
14 does not hit,
Lord was saying
unfortunately.
something.
An 11 doesn't hit.
Oh, well.
It was worth a try.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We got repaired.
Yep. Deno's going to take a couple shots.
Which, let's be honest here, is a 50-50, even with their bonuses.
What is
What?
wrong
Wait,
with
hold on.
me?
Wait, they don't
What's
have any
this-
attack bonuses. I don't know if you're just...
No,
Okay.
no, these guys don't. But that is enough to actually hit and just
Okay.
to kill.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus Christ. No, this ship doesn't actually have attack bonus. Okay, reason for that. But yeah, okay. The fighter finally goes boom as you guys, you now have the Adeno who is now turning to face you. Weapons aren't charged, but they are deployed. And the interdictor begins powering up once more. And that's where we're going to end for now.
Yay, we lived.
Not entirely sure how you did, but you know, you
Uh,
lived.
luck, a crisis, and repairing everything.
4 of the crew doing everything to get more command points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody gets 1 XP for now.
Sweet.
Yay.
There will probably be more awarded later, but
Jesus
for the moment,
Christ almighty.
that's fair.
At some point, we all stop rolling above like 4 naturally.
I was
our dice got
consistently over
tired.
10 the entire time. I don't know why, but...
Yeah, I was rolling dog shit the whole time.
I was doing good, then suddenly it just tanked just like everyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's 7.
I don't know what happened. That was weird. It was weird that it all happened to everybody at once, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of the strange bit. But whatever. Anyway,
I'd love
we'll
to say
see
thank
what
you
happens
for
next
the
time.
thank you for the amazing session, but I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I'm gonna say, why did you give me this fucking 3.5 hour long heart attack?
Because
fine.
it's me.
All right, I'm gonna head
Yeah,
out.
we'll
I'll
see
see
what
you
happens.
guys.
Anyways.
Later.
Just a heads up, I can't say for sure that next week will be a game or not. It's my
Gotcha.
on-call weekend, and we're just gonna see how I feel.
That's
Next
fine. I
week.
won't.
Sure.
I won't be able to make next week anyway because I have to pick up
Okay.
my mom from the airport at that time where we're going to be doing this.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I will. We'll sort of keep tabs, but I might just call it for next week, and we'll maybe if we want to go play Tabletop Simulator for those of you who can join, we can
Alright.
go and play some tabletop games or something. But
Well, for
yeah.
anybody
People
who's still
died.
watching, why? And for anybody watching this on YouTube, I'm sure there are many other things you can be looking at that are much better than this.
Oh, hey, it's Noxaback.